What is going on, good people? We're back once again with a review. Can you believe it? WrestleMania 35. We both made it home safely from New York. We was there. We weren't there for the Mania, but I think Casey said we should have bit the bullet and went anyway because it was a pretty darn good show. It's a pretty darn good show. And I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. Top to bottom, it was good. I didn't watch the pre-show. I just watched the show today, so which is weird for me. That's weird for me. I was out in Chinatown on Sunday night, and I didn't have enough battery to keep watching the show live. As much as it pained me to not watch it live, but because you know how I am, like especially with Mania. Mania is different for me. Mania, like I got like my set way of doing it every year, the same way. I sit down, I watch the 8-hour pre-show. I about the matches being on the pre-show, and then I got my bucket or whatever, my plate or whatever of food. It's usually a meat and two sides, typically. In past years, it's been chicken and 2 sides of macaroni. And I got my sweet tea. Like I'll be ready for Mania. This year was a little bit different. I wasn't at home, so it was weird. It was weird to not be at home, like excited about it all day or something. So I didn't really get to watch it live as much as I tried to watch it as much as I could, but my phone was kind of dying at the time too. And but nonetheless, it was a good show. After I finally got a chance to sit down and watch it. The pre-show though, they be putting matches on here that should be on the main show though. But anyway, I'm sure Casey will get into that. I know he had a rant, couple of rants about certain things. So I'm gonna let Casey get into his rant, his certain rants he had and stuff. Just to hit on the pre-show real quick. So Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder won the title. Now I the Edgeheads, for real though. Like for real though. They won that Kurt Hawkins ain't won a match in like since he debuted. And they won the like I know, like I get it, Casey. I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. You always ask for something different. You want something. This ain't it. This ain't it. I want something that I can really like fully take seriously. Not Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder, who ain't even been on TV. Like the only thing I seen from Zack Ryder recently that was positive was his engagement. That's it.
Don't you talk about that. Don't you talk about that. That's my girl. I'm gonna fight him.
That's all I done seen. So I'm just saying, I personally not my cup of tea, but we was in New York, so tea ain't as good as it is. Anyway, Casey, you got any thoughts on the pre-show? I'm not gonna talk too much about the pre-show. I didn't watch it. I don't know if you watched it. I guess you did kind of watch it. I know Carmella won the women's battle royal. The cruiserweight championship was on there, and probably what was probably one of the best matches. And then the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal that we're supposed to care about was on the pre-show. But nonetheless, thoughts on the pre-show, I guess. If you watched any of it, or if you
I watched the whole show, the entire show. Unlike somebody over here.
You don't never watch the entire of nothing. So
I will say half of the pre-show was awesome, and half of the pre-show I couldn't care less about, to be honest.
What was it? The Battle of the Royals that you?
It was both Battle of the Royals because I couldn't care less. Because you know what? They're not going to do nothing with them. Not a thing. Not one single thing are they going to do with them. So why do I care? Let's get to the things that matter. Tony Nese and Buddy Murphy was an incredible match. I loved it. To start off the pre-show, Tony Nese finally won the Cruiserweight Championship. That was a match that either way I would have been happy.
And don't forget about all his abs. They want him to.
Oh yeah, I think he got another one. He got like 15 now. I think I counted like 15. He got all of the abs. Like he went to the ab store and he was like, "I want all of them," and he got all of them. And that man, he not big, but he still got like all of the muscles ever. Like he not a big man, but like he still got all the muscles, and I'm like, how you how, how you got more muscles than Braun Strowman, and he like two of you? Like I don't understand how that worked. Like this man got more muscles than Brock Lesnar, and anyway, um, he got a lot of muscles. That's what I'm trying to say. Kurt Hawkins, Zack Ryder. I was happy they won the title. Your cup of tea tastes like Dookie if you don't like that. Okay. And also, they retained the titles on Raw. So, in your face.
Terrible. Terrible. Just awful.
But yeah, I didn't care that Braun won, and I didn't care that Carmella won because they ain't gonna do a damn thing with them.
True. True. Yeah. But let's get to something a little bit more positive. And it's not the New Day, not yet. Alexa Bliss kicking off WrestleMania with the Hulkster, the Hookster. That was cool. I was excited to see Hulk back, and I know he's back at the Hall of Fame ceremony, but I didn't watch it yet. I'm gonna watch it later. I haven't watched it yet. I know it's on USA, or it was on USA. But it was cool to see him back. I know he inducted the Barber, Brutus the Barber, Beefcake. I always want to say briefcake for some reason. Why? No reason at all. Just some weird thing in my mind that wants me to say that. But
Brutus the Barber briefcase.
that briefcase, you know. But and then after that, Paul Heyman came out. I'm not gonna talk about every individual segment, really, not really. You know, I know we mainly focus on the matches, but this was kind of a big deal to start the show. So Heyman came out and he was like, "Well, if we're not gonna go on last, then we're gonna get this out of the way, and then we're gonna leave and do what Brock does, leave." So they started off with the Universal Championship match, which was good. It was good. I liked it. For whatever reason, like Seth Rollins, like he got Brock's number though. He got the number to Brock though. But I liked it. It was good. It was good. A good way of starting the show off. I don't understand really why they going with the end in the brand split when they could have ended the brand split at Mania and just had the whole thing end right here. And I know they're trying to extend it for longer and longer and longer and long. But like this would have been the perfect opportunity to like end the brand split tonight. Even if they did like a kind of Jericho Rock, the Vengeance 2001 type thing where both guys competed for the titles, and then at the end of the night, since they wanted to make the show 3 years long anyway, at the end of the night they have Kofi versus Seth, winner take all. There you go. Why they're trying to like milk this for all it's worth, I don't know. We all know the brand split's ending. It's terrible already. So let's go ahead and why don't they just do it at Mania? Perfect opportunity to just go ahead and just start a new era on WWE's kind of new year after Mania. So I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just me. But anyway, good opening match, good opening segment as well. Seth won, which I'm happy about. The match was a little shorter than I expected it to be, I guess. But other than that, it was good. I don't really think like, and it's kind of my thing with Corbin too, and we'll talk about that later. I don't think Brock's a terrible wrestler by any means. I think he's just booked horribly like everybody else. Not like I know we like to blame the in-ring competitor for a lot of what's going on, but to a certain degree, like it's not Brock's fault that everybody only pops for suplexes, and then that's what WWE gives you. So, but nonetheless, I'm glad he doesn't have the title anymore. So happy that it's Seth or whoever it may be coming up soon. Maybe still be Seth. I don't know. Looks like I said before. Looks like they're getting rid of the brand split. But Casey, thoughts on the opening contest and the opening segment that we had?
First of all, do you want spoilers for Raw?
I know. Like, I mean, you can spoil whatever. I watched a little bit of Raw. I watched like the last hour. I saw that. I just tell you what I saw. I saw that they were gonna do the title for title thing, winner take all thing. They're gonna do a superstar shakeup next week, The bar interrupted the match. That's all I remember. I don't know if and I guess that extended it. I didn't finish watching it. I didn't care about the bar interrupting.
Okay. Yeah. So I don't know if you'd know about the title match.
Yeah,
Anyway.
they did a title for title match, but it didn't end actually. Like it didn't actually determine anything. Yeah.
WWE. But I thought this was a great way to start the main card. Start off with a match that the fans are going to love the outcome and be happy with the outcome. Just in case you have a couple flops here and there. They really didn't in this show, but it was a good kind of cover just in case, because nobody, not one single person, ever wanted Brock Lesnar to retain that damn title. There would have probably been a riot. Because stop it, stop giving him the title, stop doing it. No more. This is it. No more. But yeah, Seth Rollins wins, so that was good. I thought it was a good match, and I will agree with DJ. I am sick of him having the title like all the time ever. Like, yeah, ever. But he's not a bad wrestler. He's not bad in ring. It's just the booking that they allow him to do 3 moves. That's it. And this is why I always say that I liked his original run back early 2000.
Would you say you liked his original run back, early I don't know, 2000s maybe, early 2000s?
I might say that. I might say that. But yeah, I liked his early run because you actually got to see him do more than just Suplex City, bitch. Suplex City. Oh, did you know I can do 72 suplexes in one match? Did you know that? Do you care? No, nobody cares. No one cares anymore. It's like super kicks. Yeah, they were cool for a while, but everyone does them now. Stop it. Stop it, please.
It was cool when the Young Bucks were the only ones doing them.
Yeah, and now everyone does them ever, and I'm like, okay, it's cool. What? Stop. Just stop. For me, 2 people are allowed to do super kicks: the Young Bucks, Shawn Michaels. That's it. Everyone else can stop, and Kurt Angle can do Germans. Brock, you're not allowed to no more. You have lost your privileges. After you do 67 in one match, no, stop it. Stop. But yeah, back in his original run, you actually got to see him do more. Actually do a whole match with different moves, and you could see that he can actually do moves and can wrestle. He just can't do a shooting star press. I still can't watch that. He landed on his head, and I thought he would. Anyway, but yeah, good opening match.
Then we had AJ Styles versus Randy Orton, a match that made 0 sense to me. Not 1 sense. If I had a dime for how much sense this made, I would have 0 dimes, and that's not because I saw Enzo this weekend or nothing. Anyway, AJ Styles versus Randy Orton. It was a good match nonetheless. I just didn't understand what was going on with this match. Apparently it was for seating in the WWE Championship picture, which is about to possibly go away. So technically, what did it accomplish? But anyway, nonetheless, good match. It was good. They worked well together. I thought it was a good little filler match. I guess weird to say, filler match for these two. It was a good little filler match. And I like I said, I think they worked well together. They had some good chemistry in the ring. It was kind of one of those things. And it was interesting because it was kind of that contrast of styles, I guess too. No, it was kind of the contrast of styles. just because you had AJ who's kind of had to work and scratch and claw. Not to say Randy Orton hasn't, but it's the storyline of it. It's like AJ has kind of worked his way up, whereas Randy Orton, because of his family line, has always been kind of given things. But I like that. Yes. What would you like to say, Casey?
Would you say that their styles clash?
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, I would say those words. AJ won. AJ won. And Casey, you have any thoughts on AJ Styles versus Randy Orton, the match that didn't make any sense, but it was there.
I'm just looking at the times of these matches. The Universal title match was 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
Was that it?
The next match was 16 minutes and 20 seconds because WWE is all over the place with timings of the matches. But yeah, this was a solid match. It was good, great chemistry, both solid workers. It just made absolutely zero sense to me. And I was like, oh, okay. But why though? Y'all can wrestle, but like why though? I don't understand.
And they didn't even give us like a fancy video package, so we know. Like,
yeah, I was just like, oh, all right. Yeah, I don't know.
But okay, moving on. Fatal 4-Way, because this was WrestleMania 2000. Fatal 4-Way tag team match for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. The Usos versus Aleister Black and Ricochet versus The Bar versus Rusev and Shinsuke Nakamura. This match was good. I enjoyed this match, and I like all of the teams in it. I want to complain about The Bar, but at the end of the day, I'm tired of complaining about The Bar. Simply because it is cool to see two guys who could probably be in the main event teaming together and trying to elevate the tag team division in some way. And I think that's cool. And obviously you're seeing kind of the younger guns per se in WWE, not necessarily in their career, but in WWE with Ricochet and Aleister Black, kind of putting NXT on the map for the main roster fans. And they had a tag team title match the night before, which was cool. So, and then you got Rusev and Shinsuke, which is a team that's weird and doesn't make any sense. But nonetheless, another one of those things where it's like, it's cool to see that you got these guys who probably who could and probably should be in the main event, but at least they're having something meaningful else, something else meaningful to do, which is cool. Like, this was a stacked match as far as talent is concerned. Obviously, the Usos, one of the best tag teams in WWE, and kind of held the tag team division hostage because of that. And now you're seeing a little bit more of the depth that within the division by putting some of these main eventers together. I was impressed by Aleister Black and Ricochet as usual. They did good. I think like I said, they've done a good job of putting NXT on the map, coming into the main roster, not fully being on the main roster, but at the same time, kind of going back and forth with it. Because it was cool to see that they had two tag team title matches, considering they're not even like, they're a team now, but like, they're not typically a team. So it's really cool, and it's cool to see how they work together. They work really well together. And I think this was a good kind of coming out moment for Rusev and Shinsuke too. I hadn't really seen them much as a tag team, but I think coming in this match being like, all right, so why Rusev and Shinsuke, coming in this match thinking that, like, I think it really did help to see them work together and their chemistry together and their combinations together. And obviously the Bar been together for a while. The Usos have been together for ever, bitch. So like it was just a good match. Like for it to be a fatal 4-way tag team match, it wasn't like all over the place. It was good. It made sense. It worked well. The Usos won because that's what they do since day one-ish. That's what they do. But Casey, thoughts on the fatal 4-way tag team match for the SmackDown tag team titles of Live?
There's something I always wonder about tag teams is like, when did they meet? Like, did they meet in WWE? You know, like, did they meet before that on the Indies? Like, I always wondered, you know, when did the Usos meet? You know, when did the Hardys meet? You know,
I'd
when did
probably say, you know, in the womb for those specifically.
okay, but when did Harlem Heat meet? You know, like all the I need to know when like I know the Dudley Boys they were born together, obviously, for obvious reasons. They real brothers, but like I need to know. Anyway, um, Rusev and Shinsuke still make zero of the sense to me at all. I'm just gonna go with the typical WWE thinks all foreign people are heels because WWE logic. I don't know. I don't know. The only small complaint that I would have, and it is small, but like you give Aleister Black and Ricochet, who are hugely over with the fans, and you know the fans already love them as a team. You give them 2 tag team championship matches in a row, literally in a row, and they don't win either one of that. Huh? Huh?
Have you watched Takeover yet?
No, but I how, bruh? How
Mm. Just wait till you see that match. Mm. Mm, mm, mm.
is
Mm.
it bad?
What, the Takeover match?
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
it was amazing. That
Okay.
match was whew.
Yeah, and they neither one of the titles they, bruh.
You went the whole weekend and haven't watched Takeover?
It's been a long weekend. Do you have any idea how busy we were?
You're right. I watched everything like either at the airport or while I was on the way home. Like everything.
Like we was a little bit busy this weekend.
A little bit. Just with the wrestles of the cons. That thing lasted like all the days. Um, but nonetheless, Falls Count Anywhere match, The Miz versus Shane McMahon. This match was crazy and wild and out there, and they did some things that they probably shouldn't have did on some things. You know, it was I can't unsee that meme with the Miz's dad. That's SpongeBob's dad. I can't unsee it. I can't. I can't unsee it. I can't. Um, that just wow. But he jumped in at one point and got beat up, of course. When they got on the camera stand or the camera scaffolding or whatever, that was cool. A little superplex off of that. That was cool. This match was just like brutal and physical, like as it should have been, because it was a personal rivalry. So it made sense. It was brutal and physical, and you know there was an intensity to it. And I liked the storyline with it because it was like you know Shane McMahon. Once again, it was one of those I've worked my butt off versus you've been handed everything. You know, it was one of those things where it's like, and I liked what you know the Miz was like. I've never been called the best in the world. You know, I've never been the guy who everybody looked at and was like, yeah, he's the best. You know, and not to say Shane has ever been looked at in that way, but he did win the trophy, so technically he was looked at that way. But nonetheless, I liked it. I like how they used that little best in the world thing they did at where was it? Where'd they even do it at?
I don't know.
But I think it was at the Saudi Arabia show. I can't even remember what it was called. But that show.
Show.
Yeah, the WWE live from Saudi Arabia. But but nonetheless, I like how they incorporated that because that would have been one of those things they would have just ignored and forgot about forever and acted like it never happened. And then like randomly next year in Saudi Arabia, they'll be like, yeah, and Shane McMahon was best. Wait, what? Wait. Yeah, y'all hid this the whole time. It's kind of like the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Like y'all hid this the whole time till like right now. Like wait. But anyway, good match nonetheless. It was definitely good. Shane won because that's like what Shane does, I guess. Um, he'll Shane. You know, yeah, yeah. But he won with the after the superplex. He just happened to be over top of Miz, and that's how they ended the match because. Yeah. But good way to end it, I guess. Off the scaffolding, I was like, oh my god. Shane, I don't think that's high enough, bro. You gotta jump higher. You gotta go higher, Shane. But anyway, Casey, thoughts on the McMahon versus Miz match?
It was good. It was good. It was good. It's still weird for me to see the Miz in a babyface role because he's usually heel. I was kind of like, what? Huh? Um, and then when Miz's dad got in the ring, and he was like, and, and Shane moved his hands. I was done. Uh, as soon as he got beat up, I had to send Miley a snap. I was like, hashtag beat up Papa Miz. But that was a good match. I did have a slight issue with the finish because that was stupid. And the way that I think it was Corey Graves like explained it was like when you put somebody in suplex, you cradle their head. Well, so technically, or Shane's head was over the Miz, blah blah blah. But when you suplex somebody, both of you cradle each other's head. So technically, both of you would be over. Am I the only one who think? I don't know. I'm gonna have to watch the ending to see if like Shane's or the Miz's arm moved or whatever. I don't know. But it was a good match. The first thing I looked for was what was Shane gonna jump off of because that's a staple in any Shane McMahon match ever. He gonna jump off something, and it's usually gonna be something ridiculous. This one was slightly less ridiculous than usual. Usually it's like off Hell in a Cell or like off the top of the Titantron or something. This one was relatively low compared to what he normally does. I mean, I still wouldn't want to be superplexed off of it, but like it was lower than usual. So maybe he just getting old. If he getting to that age where he like, "Oh, I can't do that no more. Can't do that no more. I gotta go off to the lower one. Instead of going the high dive, he goes to the low dive. That one.
I was hoping. I don't know if anybody else was hoping this, but I was hoping they would switch the production team would switch to the camera that they were next to for at some point, especially like when they were climbing up. I just wanted to see what it looked like if they did that. Just me.
Yeah, that.
You don't think that would have been cool?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Well, remember they went out on a scaffolding that was a
Yeah,
camera on top of it.
yeah, but
Wanted them to switch to the camera that was on top of the scaffolding. Not while they were behind it, dummy, but as they were
oh,
coming up, you dumb fool. Duh, it wouldn't work if they were behind it. I got that part.
I was gonna say, but how they gonna do that though?
But speaking of, literally speaking of nothing, Fatal 4-Way for the Women's Tag Team Championships. Talk about titles that I'm trying my best to care about, and I just haven't watched WWE programming enough to really like build my care about it. These, and
And
maybe
now you clearly care about it now because of the outcome, right?
true. True. This match was pretty good. Tamina and Nia Jax, bro. I can't, man. Like they try so hard with them. They do. They really do. They try so hard. They try so hard. It ain't working. I'm sorry. It's not working. I love the Iconics. Billy Kay to me tonight looked nervous or something. She just looked off. Something was off about her. She wasn't as flamboyant as she usually is. Like her and Peyton weren't as like, you know, friendly as they usually are. Like it was just weird. Like she just felt like she was maybe nervous or something. Peyton looked fine. Like the new hairdo though. I like the her. I like the her. But Billy just looked like she was nervous to start the match. Especially during her entrance. She looked like she was like, but nonetheless, they did good. I think everybody did pretty good in this match. Now Jackson to Beth Phoenix and Natalia, I like the team for this kind of one night only type thing. Obviously, they won't go win or nothing. Like we knew that. Like we all figured that one out pretty quickly. That they won't. But it was cool. It's cool to see Beth back. I don't think we ever really got that Beth Phoenix, Nia Jax, Tamina stare off or stare down, face off, face down, stare thing that we wanted. I know it don't work like that, but still, I shut up. We never got that. We never got the stare down, face off, down, face off, stare, to the side, stare. We never got that. Like, what was it at though? Like, that was the whole point of this match. Well, obviously the kind of
that was not the whole point of this match.
all of it. Like the title, that was the top point. The Boss and Hug connection. God, that's so stolen. It's so stolen, and it don't even make sense. That's the bad part. It don't even make sense. They friends. They not even opposites. Like that was the whole thing with the Rock and Sock connection. They were complete opposites. They were completely different from each other. Bailey and Sasha are, best friends. Like for real. Like not like in storyline and that's it. Like they could have did so much better with that. Like, I don't know, hug of a boss or something. I don't know. They could have did something way better than what they did. The boss and hug connections. Stop it. Stolen. Anyway. But nonetheless, Billy Kay and Peyton Royce are the new champions, baby. It's amazing. Like it's amazing. They're the greatest. Casey, do you have any thoughts? I know you wanted Nia Jax to mean to win, but it just got came a little bit short on y'all.
They never win ever. But yeah, Peyton Royce, she needs to drop the dead weight. Billy Kay losing it. She's losing it. Billy Kay is the Marty Jannetty to Peyton Royce's Shawn Michaels. I'm just saying, it's a fact. It's a fact. Peyton is she's the shining star of that team. So I think that she
Puerto Rico, the shining star. Oh,
exactly. So I think that she should carry both the titles all the time because she deserves them. She deserves both of them.
Why are you hating so much?
Because she's
the greatest combination ever. Have you seen them walk to the ring? It's the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Not.
It's the greatest. Sounds like Alexa walking to the ring. Like Alexa,
Oh, Alexa can do anything to it.
Did she change dresses like halfway through the show?
And she washed her hair.
You're right.
That was the best quote of the whole weekend. Your hair looks great. What do you do with it? I washed it. I was done. Yeah, Nia Jax and Tamina need to stop. Please stop. Please. It's not working. It's just not. No. I did really like Beth Phoenix and Natalia though. Please don't make that a one night thing. It works. I liked it. They could be a tag team. make it happen, and then if you have to, they can face Tamina. And oh god, they don't put him through that though. Don't make him do that. Please don't do that. But yeah, I'm okay with Peyton winning the tag team titles.
And Billy, you mean the Iconics, the
Oh
Iconics.
yeah, the iconic Peyton Royce. You're right. You're right.
Why didn't they just keep it as the Iconic duo? Because like, I
Because the only one that's iconic is Peyton Royce.
mean, you just, see, Billy Kay is great. You shut your mouth. Moving on to the is this right? Yeah, it is. The WWE Championship match, which was Kofi Kingston versus Daniel Bryan. This match was good. This match was good. Good. I was so excited for this match. I've been like on the fence about Kofi being, doing his thing at WrestleMania, and not that I didn't like the idea. I think it was just I think we've seen the same Kofi for so long, the kind of joke Kofi that never would get over and whatnot for so long that I think it was kind of like surreal to a certain degree, and it was kind of like, hmm, wow, okay. They're actually doing this. They're actually going to push him. And I don't even know where it started. Like, I think is the thing. Like, this came out of nowhere. Like the difference between this and I think this is why a lot of people didn't like it, especially initially. The difference between the Daniel Bryan and Kofi Kingston thing is the Daniel Bryan thing kind of built over time. This absolutely came out of nowhere. Like, absolutely came out of nowhere. And plus, Daniel Bryan had his resume in Ring of Honor. He had his resume elsewhere and stuff like that. That kind of built onto his WWE run. Whereas, I felt like, Kofi, yes, he's never really gotten that chance. But I think at the end of the day, like, I think it was hard for a lot of fans to take Kofi seriously because even in the New Day, it was still like a funny, jokey type of a gimmick, even for Kofi, for all of them, really. So that's kind of I think where a lot of people were, but nonetheless, I knew I was in for a treat with this match with these two workers. And to finally see Kofi get a true shot and a true chance to shine a little bit was nice. And this match was good. Transitions were really good in this match. They worked really well off of each other in this one, and like it kind of like matches like this. I think when you finally get to see what somebody can truly do, because obviously we know Kobe's a good worker, but when they finally took like the oh, I'm a joke, like I'm just a funny guy, kind of stigma off of him at worst, at least for a night, it kind of like you're kind of like, so this is what we've been missing for all of these years with Kofi. Because I mean, we've seen Kofi be successful with the Intercontinental Championship, the U.S. title, the tag titles, and stuff like that. But like it always came back to would he ever be able to win the big one, I guess you could say. And I love the storyline aspect of this too, with Daniel Bryan calling him a B plus player, Daniel Bryan being in that position where he can call someone else a B plus player. That was cool. I like that. But the match was good. They worked well together. The transitions were awesome. I thought they were really good. I always love my transitions and the submissions, and they both did a good job with that, especially with Bryan transitioning into LaBelle Lock and transitioning into Boston Crabs and half crabs and stuff like that, like kind of like half lion tamers were in there too. Like it was this is good. It was just a good match. The false finishes were good too. And I think the false finishes were so good because, and I don't know if Casey agree. I was mixing Kofi and anyway. I don't know if Casey agrees with me here, but I felt like the false finishes were as good as they were because were we really expecting Kofi to win? Like were we really sitting there thinking Kofi might actually win? Casey, you didn't even think that until the night started. Like you was in the same boat I was in. He was like, he ain't winning. but still, like I mean, I think the kind of shock and awe factor of it made it feel like it was like, okay, okay, like these false finishes feel like they're legit. Like this could happen. Like oh, he's gonna be so close, but not gonna win. But Casey or Kofi, or whatever. You got any thoughts on the WWE Championship match? I'm happy that Kofi's the champion. Now they got to make him dual champion. And same.
This is what.
Oh, it's a rant.
Oh, it's a rant. It's a rant. I love professional wrestling. I have since I was 10 years old.
Debatable.
That's not debatable.
It's debatable. It's like a love-hate type of thing.
I literally loved it. Anyway,
like you like it sometimes and you hate it the other times.
I like it all the time. My problem is other fans who, okay, and this is the thing. Everybody up until this point was like, oh, Kofi finally deserves it. Bro, he's finally going to get his shot. Kofi Mania, blah, blah, blah. He wins the title, which is great. I'm happy Jamaica finally has a champion they can be proud of. Yeah, I went there.
Wow.
But the very next day, all over social media, the only things I'm seeing is, oh, a mid-carder is now WWE champion. Oh, SmackDown's going to suck now, blah, blah, blah. Really? Really? He is literally one of, if not the best workers WWE has. He has scratched and clawed and more than paid his dues over the 11 years that he's been in the WWE. He, more than anybody, deserves to be the WWE champion. And it's just, I don't understand fans. I really don't. Like, you can't have it both ways. You can't be like, oh, I want Kofi to win, and then as soon as he wins, oh, this is a stupid idea from WWE. This will never work. Blah blah blah. They're killing SmackDown or what? Come on, like, I don't know. I'm happy that he won. I'm happy that they did what they did tonight on Raw with the disqualification, so neither of them lost their titles. I think that's good to give him, because I think if he did lose the title tonight, it would have been a PR nightmare. Just the fact that he is the first ever Black WWE champion from Jamaica. That's history right there. You can't just take the title right off of him, or you're gonna have so many issues because all of Jamaica is gonna be pissed.
I hate you. The entire country.
I'm done.
All right. Moving on to a match that,
I mean, we had the first ever Jamaican bobsled team. Now we have the first ever Jamaican WWE champion. Do it, baby. Let's do it.
you terrible. Samoa Joe versus Rey Mysterio. Why? 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 And why? Why was this match even on the card? If you was gonna last, 2 minutes. I don't think it was exactly 2 minutes, but it was short. Joe killed Rey for 0 reasons. Yes.
I don't know if you can see that.
1 minute. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. 1 whole minute.
Exactly. The Elias segment was longer. But anyway, why? What's the point? Everybody's getting hyped to see. This could have been a really good match. Everybody's getting hyped to see Rey Mysterio versus Samoa Joe. And you give me a minute. 60 freaking seconds of Joe destroying Rey. All right. Dumb. I thought it was stupid. Stupid, as Ryback would say something. Anyway. Casey, do you have any thoughts on Like, and this don't even cool down the crowd. You didn't give the crowd a chance to cool down.
You could have, and I don't remember exactly when the Elias segment was. I don't know if it was before or after this, but you could have cut this match, which itself could have been a great match. Um, I don't know if they cut it this short because of Ray's injury. They said he was cleared to compete, but they could have just cut it short because of his injury, just so he didn't get injured more. I don't know.
They could have put Kevin Owens in the match.
You could have completely. He's still out injured.
Is he?
Yeah, I mean, my boy. Well, I'll get to that in a minute. They could have cut this and just made the freaking Elias and uh John Cena segment an actual match, which would have been awesome because this is the first time in like 14 years that I've popped for John Cena as
They did it.
Thugonomics.
They did it.
And I swear, if this is a one night thing and they don't bring it back permanently, I'm gonna be so pissed because even the crowd like erupted when he came out and like he mentioned a heel turn and I was please do this. Do it.
They won't.
But yeah, you could have done that. But like, I know you mentioned Kevin Owens. Sami Zayn did return on Raw and got an Intercontinental title match. Yeah, my boy. He lost, but he got the match. And then I guess they were going for a heel turn. My question, and you'll understand this when you fully watch Raw. Can a heel turn really be considered a heel turn when what the heel is saying is completely true? He was talking about how the fans are all critical and assholes and like don't care about anything but themselves. And I was like, but he's right though. So how is this a heel turn? Like the man telling the truth though. The man right though. How is this a heel turn? Like true.
While we're on the John Cena segment, we might as well just hit it now. Yeah, it was hilarious. It was the greatest thing ever. I enjoyed it so much. I popped when the Doctor of Thugonomics thing happened too. It was just cool. Like it was cool to see Cena as somebody else. I mean, obviously it's still him, but like a different character. And him kind of fully going back to it for a little bit. It was cool, like him fully going back to it and doing the little, battle rap thing he used to do. He had the jersey on and the jean shorts, and it was just cool, man. And like it was cool because it was like, obviously Elias is all musical and everything too. I don't understand why Elias is heel. I don't get it. The crowd loves him. Like the crowd loves him, and he's heel. I mean, I even do it. WWE stands for, like, I even do it. Like I silence your cell phones, hold the applause, and shut your. I even do it. Like, and I guess it's kind of like The Rock. The Rock was a heel too at times, and you said everything he said. So, I don't know. Like I don't understand it, but
it's just today's society and today's wrestling fans. Like everybody cheers for heels.
True. But nonetheless, the Dr. Thugonomics segment was really good. I enjoyed it. I laughed a lot. It was great. Do you have any more thoughts on that segment before we move on to Roman Reigns versus Drew the McIntyre?
I will be a John Cena fan if they keep this going. I will. I promise. I will. If they put out a Doctor of Thugonomics shirt, I will buy it. I will be a part of the chain gang. I'll do it. You know,
Did you hear Elias's rap tonight? It was so, oh my god!
it wasn't as bad as was it Dana Brooke? No, who was it?
What is Dana Brooke doing? Like
Yeah,
I saw her promo,
it
and I'm like, what are they doing?
that was one of the worst interviews I have ever. It
Okay, Drew McIntyre versus Roman Reigns. This match is also a pretty good match, a physical match and whatnot. I don't know. I don't know. I think I expected a little more out of this one than we got. I don't know. I don't have much to say about this match really. I don't have much to say about this match really. It's okay. It's okay.
yeah, it was good. It was just like, why? Like,
And then they like try to make it personal, but it's like, why? Like I understand if it's like you're the top guy, so I'm going after you, take your spot. But like they tried to make it like, oh, I'm a heel, so I'm gonna be personal, and that's gonna work. Like, no, it doesn't always have to be this personal blood feud. Like I don't know. Anyway, I think Triple H and Batista is next. The no holds barred match. Another one of those matches that I liked because it was physical and there was craziness in it. And they like battled and stuff like that. Like that was good. I don't think Triple H has not been in a match involving some sort of chair and a table in a long time. like it feels like every match he's in at Mania is like no DQ of some sorts. Like you ain't gotta rip the man's nose ring out though. Why? No, like that's a couple of like I know I enjoy Pete Dunne's joint manipulation, but like the fingers and the rings and stuff and the ear holes, Randy Orton, like stop. No, it's just too much. It's too much. No, stop it. But nonetheless, it was good. He ripped the man's nose ring out, and I was like, no, stop it. There was a random announce table monitor, so they brought that back tonight. Cause like I don't know if y'all noticed, they ain't been using monitors for a while. Like they've been flat screen monitors, and there just happened to be a big one of those old school huge monitors out there tonight for them to use. And I'm like, did they bring the wrong table tonight or something? Like, because I thought that was funny. Like, I'm like, I haven't seen a real like one of those really big, the monitors they used to have to take out of the table before they put them through them. They used to throw everywhere. Those big old heavy monitors. Like, I hadn't seen one of those in like a while. And then tonight they were just like, well, here you go, use this. I'm like, all right. But no, it was a good match. Did anybody think Batista was gonna win this match though? Like it would have been good. It would have been cool. But like what? And like nobody got like a huge elaborate entrance tonight, but Triple H. like nobody else really got. I mean, Batista had his little limo, or it wasn't even a limo. It was like a friggin' SUV. This man came out in. But like, I mean, he had his little SUV thing that he came out in or whatever. But and then I don't know if you caught this. Did you catch Batista fall into the ring? It was hilarious. I guess he slipped on the rope. I was dead, man. I was trying not to laugh, but I couldn't help it. I was trying to be serious because it's supposed to be no holds barred, and here you see Batista on his hands and knees trying to get off as he slipped on the friggin' rope. Jeez. Good match though. I like how they use all the extra weapons in Triple H's matches. They bring out the toolboxes, like they bring out the attitude era for Triple H's matches. Like I just think that's funny. Um, but a good match nonetheless, and they use the steps too, which was interesting. But Casey, thoughts on Triple H versus Batista?
I thought it was. I loved this.
I don't know if you saw the little they do the little side by side picture or whatever. I can't think of the official name for the side by side picture for the matches. Why Triple H's head looks so much smaller than his body? What?
I don't know. I don't.
Look at his head. It's so small. It's so small. Oh god. Thoughts?
Um, I like the match. I like the kind of this sadistic kind of Triple H. I,
I mean, that's the game, though. That's like the real.
but I felt like it was different. Like it felt more personal. Obviously, because he attacked Ric Flair. You know, one of the people that Triple H respects like the most. So that was kind of added to the match. I just thought it was a really good match. You know, they used everything. It was brutal. Um, I was still expecting uh, Ric Flair to come out and somehow cost Triple H as kind of a surprise there, but that didn't happen. Um, but yeah, it was good. Triple H always getting the insanely elaborate entrances for no reason, and then Batista forgot how to get in the ring. It's hard. It's hard. It is. It's not. It's tough. It's, you think that's why he really retired? Because he's like, I can't even get in the ring no more. Like,
I don't know. It's possible. It's possible. Um, I I don't know. Like I I like the storyline of this match too, where Batista was kind of calling himself center. This is one of those matches that I was really like one of the Triple H matches I was really looking forward to for once in a while. It's been a while since I've really looked forward to a Triple H match. But anyway, moving forward. Forward, onward. I also like Batista kind of, feeling like Evolution didn't do anything for him, but then Triple H be like, "But you won like 6 world titles after us. You won the Rumble after us. You beat me after us." Like it was. I like that. The little back and forth or whatever. Kurt Angle versus Baron Corbin. Kurt Angle versus Baron Corbin. Um, this match. God, these look so photoshopped. Why? Um, they do though. Like his arm's so tiny. Anyway, this match was good, pretty good, decent. I think Corbin could do way better. Personally, Corbin has had some good matches. Um, this won't really like the best that I felt like. I think Corbin's another one of those guys who is like subject to the booking that he's in. Because NXT Corbin was awesome. And first starting out main roster Corbin was pretty cool. They made him the constable, they put him in a suit, they cut the man's hair, and it just all went downhill from there. Um maybe it's the hair. He's like Samson. Like maybe it's the hair. Like maybe I don't know. But the match was okay. Nothing too great. Not a good way to end Kurt Angle's career. I don't mind that Kurt Angle lost. I know Casey is not a fan of Kurt Angle losing, but I don't mind Kurt Angle lost on his like eighth farewell tour. I don't mind Kurt Angle losing because we always talk about how wrestlers put other people over. I don't think it's gonna help Corbin though, because Corbin is booked so terribly, it's bad. I don't know. He just needs something. He's missing something. Bald Corbin is not is not doing it right now. And like he's not even the constable, but he's still working in the suit. Why? What is he, Corporate Kane? Why? What's the point? Casey, thoughts on Angle versus Corbin?
I am not okay with this at all. I am not okay. I don't have anything against Baron Corbin. I really don't.
Except like everything.
No, it's like you said. It's the booking. I loved Baron Corbin in NXT. Originally, I said he had that it or whatever, and I knew I was like he could be really big. He could be good. And then he made it to the main roster, and they was like, nah, we can't have that. We can't have somebody be good or nothing. That nah. Um, I just to me, he wasn't the person to end Kurt Angle's career. I think you could have done it with somebody. I don't want to say better, but somebody that I don't know could have. I can't even. I mean, obviously, you could go with the traditional. Oh, have him put somebody over on his last match, which there's a ton of other guys they could have used. There's guys from NXT could have come up and had his last match, or you could have brought back somebody that he had like a big rivalry with or something, and have that be his last match. To me, Baron Corbin just was not the right person. It didn't feel as big as I feel like it should have felt. Like for his last match, I should have felt like I did when, Shawn Michaels retired Ric Flair. That's what I wanted to feel. That's the kind of emotion I wanted, but I didn't get it because it just Baron Corbin wasn't the right person. He really wasn't. I don't know. And the match was okay. It was just like not the right person to me. I don't know.
All right. Lashley versus Finn Balor, Intercontinental Championship. I didn't realize Lashley had the belt coming into this match because the last time I checked, Finn had won it from Leah Rush. So I was like, okay. And then I was told the result of this match before I watched it, and I was like, wait, Lashley had the title back? Well, okay. We all know the Demon don't lose ever, like ever. So why they thought the Demon was gonna lose here, ever? I don't understand. Like, no, it wasn't gonna happen. Once he brought out the Demon, it was over. Lashley needed to quit with them green contacts. I know that. Like the man looked freaky. Like I mean, I know he was trying to match pace with the Demon, but no, no, half the time you couldn't even see his eyes. Like, it did not work. It did not. Why is green the color that's supposed to be freaky? Why is it green? Why not red or something, that makes sense. But nonetheless, this was a good match. I thought. I don't think they're letting Lashley go all out though. They're missing something with Lashley. And it might be like TNA or something. They're missing something with Lashley. Like they're missing something. It's not the same Lashley that I remember and know and love. Dang on it. But I mean, once the match got going, it was good. I just feel like something's missing with Lashley. I don't know. I don't know if Leo Rush helps or hurts Lashley, and I love Leo Rush. I think Leo Rush is such a joke right now in WWE that I don't think it helps Lashley at all. You can't like it's hard to be a serious competitor with a joke manager and expect people to actually take you seriously. Go ahead, say something ridiculous.
I think Lio Rush is great, and I think that he helps Bobby Lashley. Because if you heard that man try to talk,
I have, but still.
he is,
I mean, if they would stick to the simple stuff, he ain't gotta say much.
he shouldn't say nothing. That man, like, there's a reason that guys like Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley have managers.
I
'Cause
mean,
they
there's a
go,
difference.
fellas,
There's a pretty good difference between Lio Rush speaking for Lashley and MVP speaking for Lashley. Like, there's a pretty good difference, pretty substantial difference
I think
that
he
you can
fine.
obviously see.
I think he did fine, and you are just one of the typical, you know, critical fans that aren't happy with anything.
I'm happy Finn Balor won the title. I'm happy about that. There you go. Are you happy? Are you happy yet? I'm happy about that. There you go. Casey, thoughts on the Intercontinental Championship match? It was a good
I
match.
thought it was phenomenal, and I think Leo Rush is great. He is a lovely man, and I do think he should wrestle more. But I think he's doing for the role they're giving him. He's doing a damn good job. Except he didn't help Lashley retain the title, so he lost it. But that's okay because Finn Balor got it now. Finn Balor, the Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion. Wait, so hold up. Is Finn Balor technically the Intercontinental Champion? Because the Demon won the Intercontinental Championship, but then Finn Balor came out on Raw with the Intercontinental Championship. And I was like, you ain't won that. The Demon did. I think we need to figure this out. You know,
We need to launch a full investigation
exactly.
into the matter. Into the matter.
Yeah.
But in terms of having no doubt, the triple threat main event for the women's titles that came together, the Raw Women's title and the SmackDown Women's title, winner take all and stuff. This match was, it was pretty good match. I like Charlotte Flair's entrance. Or her little, not even entrance, it was like pre-entrance. It was weird though. The timing of it was really weird. It was like like right before the match, before everybody else came in, she got the helicopter ride down, but then she didn't come out first. Like, and also, why so many champions coming out first? Why? 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 Why?
It,
Why?
it would take her a while to get from the outside of the arena to the entranceway. Like, but
I mean, I get that, but I mean, they could have skipped ahead. They don't. I mean, we've seen times where they did these things in advance, or
no,
they. Yes, we've seen people come up on the ramp almost immediately after being like completely in the parking lot.
yeah, but that was live. Like, she actually landed right then, and she had to walk through the stadium to get to the entrance.
They could have. Well, I mean, they've watched somebody walk the whole way.
I
We
mean,
watched somebody, I mean, the show was on enough as is. We might as well watch her walk the whole doggone way.
we didn't have time for that.
What? We had time for this entire 5.5 hour show, plus a 2 hour free show. Anyway,
We didn't have time for that though.
it was a good match, though. I was really surprised that the champions came out first, though, in this one. Why? Um, like I know the true champ was coming out last. I get that. I understand what they was doing here, but still, why though? How come Ronda Rousey and Charlotte get these elaborate entrances, and Becky Lynch couldn't even get like a vest or something, like a Stone Cold vest or something with the man on it. Like, what? What? I don't understand. I don't get it. But nonetheless, it's a good match. I liked it. Ronda, still don't know how to feel about Ronda. I don't know how to feel. I don't know how to feel about Ronda. I don't know how to feel. I don't know if I like her. I don't know if I love her. I don't know if I hate her. I don't know if I kind of like her. I don't know how to feel about Ronda. Um, but nonetheless, it was a good match and a good way to end the show and a cool moment to end the show with both the titles being held up, and it was cool. I liked it. It was cool to see WrestleMania in with the women. That was cool and that was fun. Who was the guest commentator for this? Do you remember? Or was there one? I don't think there was one. There was so many guest commentators. So many. So many. Poor Renee Young just had to move all the time. Poor girl. But anyway, Casey, do you have any thoughts on the main event of the evening? Becky Lynch winning both the championships. I think it was academic and should have happened the way it did. Even though she won off of some BS. You can't end WrestleMania on a roll up. You can't do it. You can't freaking do it.
I don't have a problem with them winning on a roll up. That's fine, just because you got rolled up by uh, your boy.
Not a way to lose a title. It's not. I know firsthand.
And this again is some controversy that I have literally seen all day today. People are upset that technically Ronda Rousey's one shoulder wasn't down, but before this, everybody wanted her to lose the title. Bruh. I give up. I I don't I, I've always said I would love to work for WWE and work for on creative. Not anymore, because fans just complain about everything. Like, they complain about getting what they want. Like, bruh, I, I don't understand. I mean, okay, technically, yeah, her shoulder was up. It may have been a botch. It may have been intentional. I don't know. I don't know if it was storyline or if it was a legitimate botch. I don't know. But like, y'all didn't want her to have the title. And so many people want her to go back to MMA. uh, Like, but then when this happens, I did, and then if she rolled up Charlotte, they would have had an issue with that. And if friggin' Ronda won, they would have had an issue with that. I don't understand. It was a good match. I thought it was a great match. I really did. I was happy with it. All day I've been seeing people complain about the stupidest things. And then I saw somebody who was like, "Well, why wasn't Undertaker on WrestleMania? Let that man retire."
Because all y'all did was complain when he was here over
And then
the past couple of years. But
he came back on Raw and attacked Elias.
which
And
was cool. Which I think was an even better surprise than him coming on Mania. To be honest, you
yeah,
expect him at Mania. You don't expect him at the Raw after Mania.
but still, like, at this point, I legitimately don't know. Like, I don't know about Undertaker anymore. Does he still want to come back? Are they? Is he contractually obligated to come back?
I know one thing. He's still the dead man. You know.
Yeah, I don't. Just let the man retire. He is 54 years old. He don't need to have another match. He doesn't need.
All right.
Literally, him, and CM Punk are the only people that people are constantly like, oh, they're gonna come back. One more match, one more match. People let, HBK be retired. They let Ric Flair be retired. But what?
You right. You right. As we I guess get ready to sign off.
One more thing before we leave.
One thing.
I think it's only appropriate that we play the Jamaican national anthem.
You get copyrighted for this. You can't even play the American national anthem without getting copyrighted. We're in America.
That's Jamaica.
But anyway, we hope you guys enjoyed the review. I don't know if we're gonna do a takeover review.
I haven't watched it yet.
Since it's gonna be like Tuesday tomorrow. So I don't know. I guess we'll see. Huh?
It is officially Tuesday.
True. It is officially the Tuesdays. But I don't know. We'll figure it out. And we'll let you guys know. It's a good show, by the way. If you want to know my thoughts, NXT is still da bar. Da bar. Da bar. And I don't mean Sheamus and Cesaro da bar. Not that one. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys on the next one. Subscribe. Follow us on Twitter at ICW_podcast. And other than that, bye. We'll see you on the next one. Yeah, we will. Uh-huh.